Namandavs, Namandav, 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 Namandav. Good morning, everyone. Kawata Sensei, thank you for introducing me. I used to have a lot of hair, but now we look like twin brothers and twin bald brothers, not twin blues brothers. First, I want to thank Bishop and your board for inviting me here to the Spring Ohigan service and seminar. It's so nice to be in LA, land of Dodgers. And last year, I thoroughly enjoyed the World Series. Japanese trio, Otani, Yamamoto, Sasaki, they were so great. I didn't think Dodgers could win the World Series last year, but somehow, they managed, and I was really happy. And I'm really happy to be here in this temple because, I was invited here many times before, and I feel as if I were visiting one of my relatives' house. I have fond memories of the Nisei people. I think most of them have gone, and they were so good to me. They are so good to me, and so many wonderful memories. Every year, my wife and I go to Japan for 2 months, from September to October. I'm invited there to speak at the various places, and it's so nice to go to Japan. Probably some of you know, everything tastes so good there. Tempura, sashimi, and ramen. We have the same things here, but if we eat them there, tastes are so different, so different. I don't know why, maybe psychological. And particularly, I love the Japanese cream puff. Have you eaten that? Shoe cream, they call. Oh, so delicious. If you have eaten it, please eat it, in Japan. Oh, so good. I eat one every day. So usually, having spent 2 months in Japan, my wife and I combinedly gain 5 pounds. My wife gained 3, and I gained 2. I didn't come here to talk about my Japan trip. Okay, let's get into the business. In observing the Spring Ohigan, I want to talk about what I consider one of the most important aspects of Buddhism. I want to talk about the fact that our teachers like Shakyamuni and Shinran talk about one world, this world alone. They never talk about another world, like the world after death. First, let me discuss one major difference between Buddhism and other religions, such as Christianity and Islam. The difference is that Buddhism talks about one world, but other religions, such as Christianity and Islam, talk about two worlds. Buddhism talks about this world that exists in front of our eyes. It never talks about another world that exists outside this world, or the world that exists beyond this world. In contrast to Buddhism, other religions, such as Christianity and Islam, talk about two worlds, this world and the world after death. they talk about the world of flesh and the world of spirit. They talk about earthly world and heavenly world. They talk about sinful world and the divine world. According to Christianity, this world is a fallen world, and if God forgives our sins in this world, we will go to heaven after we die. Buddhism does not have that kind of teaching, okay? Now I have said that Buddhism talks about only one world, this world that exists in front of our eyes. If I say something like that, some of you may have a question for me. You may ask me, Mr. Haneda, you have just said that the Buddhism talks about only one world and does not talk about two worlds. But don't we have Buddhist expressions about two worlds? Don't we have expressions such as this world, this shore, and the other shore? Don't we have the expression like impure land and the pure land? And those words referring to the existence of the two worlds? You may ask me that kind of question. I answer this question this way. Yes, those words, such as this shore and other shore, and in the impure land and the pure land, seem to refer to the existence of two worlds. Seems to refer to the existence of two worlds. But you shouldn't confuse those Buddhist words with Christian words that refer to two worlds. Although Christian words and Japanese Buddhist words sound similar, Buddhist words and Christian words are totally different. The Buddhist words, such as this shore and the other shore, refer to the two different ways of seeing one world. Buddhism talks about only this world alone in front of our eyes. This is the only world, but Buddhism talks about two ways of seeing this one world. Okay? That's not a Christian teaching, okay? If this world is seen through ignorant eyes, this world appears as a dark world. See, if ignorant eyes, this appears as a dark world. This dark world is called this shore, or the impure land. If the same world, this world is seen through enlightened eyes, this world appears as a bright world. This bright world is called the other shore, or the pure land. See, Buddhism talks about one world, but two ways of seeing this world. Christianity doesn't talk. They talk about two worlds, this world and the world after death. This is the world of flesh, world of spirit. See, that's Christianity. Buddhism is not that kind of teaching. Buddhism is the teaching of self-examination. We have to know ourselves. Okay? Buddhism teaches us to examine the self. It teaches us that all of us are initially seeing this world through ignorant eyes. Seeing through ignorant eyes, this world is a dark world, an impure world. Buddhism teaches us that through listening to the Dharma, we must acquire enlightened eyes. And seeing through enlightened eyes, this world is a bright world, a pure land, pure land. This way, Buddhism teaches us two ways of seeing the same world. It teaches us that we have to move from a deluded way of seeing this world to an enlightened way of seeing this world. Now I want to give you an example. Okay? I want to talk about the same issue by giving you a concrete example. About 1 year ago, I had a couple of cataract operations on my both eyes. A few months before that operation, I was in Japan, and while I was there, I noticed that my both eyes were in a bad shape. Particularly my right eye couldn't recognize a person who was standing in front of me. That was, my eyes were so bad. So when I was receiving the eye operation, I was wondering what the results of the operation might be. When both operations were over, I was surprised, very much surprised, because I could see things so clearly. I live in Berkeley, and Berkeley has beautiful flowers and trees, and so I could see those flowers and leaves, and so clearly. I was so happy, my eyes totally changed. And every morning I look at the mirror, and now I can see my wrinkles very clearly. And I could clearly see the loss of my hair, and I can see how bald-headed I am. I can now, see that I'm no longer a spring chicken, very clearly, thanks to my new eyes. So anyway, here, maybe I'll give you another example, okay? Let me talk about the same issue by using two pairs of glasses, okay? Dark pair, and this is the clear pair, okay? Two pairs of glasses, okay? These dark glasses symbolize my ignorant eyes. These clear glasses symbolize my enlightened eyes. Okay, when I see this world through dark glasses, see, dark glasses, this symbolizes ignorant eyes. Okay, when I see this world through these dark glasses or ignorant eyes, this world looks dark. See, this world looks dark. This is a world that is called this shore, or the impure land. Okay, now I switched to the glasses. Okay, when I see this world through these clear glasses, see, bright. These symbolize the enlightened eyes. Okay, clear glasses symbolize the enlightened eyes. When I see this world with these clear glasses, this world appears as a bright and clear world. This world is called the other shore, or the Pure Land. When I see this world, again, with this world, same world, with these dark glasses, I see all kinds of weird things. snakes, lizards, and see the ghosts and apparitions, and I'm bothered them. I'm intimidated, but I try to kill those terrible animals, okay? Okay, now, when I see this world through clear glasses, see, enlightened eyes, I see only ropes and branches and twigs. There are no snakes or lizards. See? There are no ghost apparitions. The mist and the clouds and mist. Nothing to be afraid of. I can see things as they are. See? Buddhism talks about one world, but two ways of seeing this world. Okay? So from this eye to this eye, this is called enlightenment. Or this is called birth in the Pure Land. You see? Not talking about moving from one world to another. It's a matter of perspective, matter of this spiritual change. See? This transition takes in a split second. In a split second, the transition from this impure land to the Pure Land takes place in a second. This is called enlightenment, or this is called birth in the Pure Land. This enlightenment or birth in the Pure Land takes place here and now. Here and now. It takes place in a moment. This transition from this shore to the other shore, from the impure land to the Pure Land, is what Buddhism teaches, okay? Buddhism never talk about this going to the Pure Land after death and become Buddha there. That's not Buddhism, okay? Although it is popularly taught, okay? Now let me conclude my talk. In contrast to many religions of the world that talk about two worlds, Buddhism talks about one world, this world alone, that the world that exists in front of our eyes. Our teachers like Shakyamuni and Shinran did not consider it important to talk about another world. They teach us that another world, like a world after death, is an imagination, just imagination. That's not real. Although many religions commonly talk about two worlds, divine world and this heavenly world and earthly world, world of the flesh, world of the spirit. They talk about two worlds, okay? Buddhism never talk about that, okay? Shakyamuni said that he was concerned only with the elimination of suffering in this world. He is not concerned with any other issues. This is the basic teaching of Shakyamuni. Shakyamuni taught us that when we see this world through ignorant eyes, we see a dark world, and we have all kinds of suffering and difficulty. But when we receive enlightened eyes of the wisdom, by hearing the Dharma, we see a bright world, and we can be liberated from suffering. If we experience this spiritual transition from this impure land to Pure Land, or this shore to the other shore, we will be able to live our lives in a meaningful way and fulfilling way. And we will be able to complete our lives. See, we will be able to fulfill our lives. We do not have to seek another life after death. But the basic teaching of the Shakyamuni is that we must end our life with a full stop, with a period. We shouldn't end our lives with a things like a karma. It's half ending, half not ending quite. See, we must Buddhist. It's called nirvana, completion of him. In order to have the completion of our lives, we must receive the enlightened eyes of the wisdom. It is through hearing the Dharma, only through hearing the Dharma, that we can receive that eyes. This morning I've talked about what I consider one of the most important aspects of Buddhism. Buddhism talks about one world. But Buddhism talks about two ways of seeing this world, deluded way and enlightened way. And Buddhism teaches us that we must move from the deluded way of seeing this world to the enlightened way of seeing this world. Thank you very much. Reverend asked me to speak in Japanese a little bit. Okay. 本日は春のお彼岸法要に、ご招待を賜りまして大変ありがたいことと思っております。この法要にちなみまして普段考えていることを少しお話しさせていただきたいと思います。それは、仏教と他の宗教との根本的な違いということをお話ししたいと思います。それは仏教というのは一つの世界ですね。私たちの目の前にあるこの一つの現実といいますか、この世界について語る教えでございます。ですからこの教えは他の宗教ですね、キリスト教などの宗教とは大いに違うわけです。他の宗教は2つの世界を語るわけですね。この世界と死後の世界、あるいは肉の世界と魂の世界ですね。地上と天上の国という他の宗教はこの2つの国を語る。この1つの国から2つの国へ行かなければいけないというのが、これが普通の西洋の哲学とか宗教ですね。しかし仏教はこの2つの世界を語らないんです。釈尊は私はこの一つの現実、この一つの世界、これだけを語るというのがこの仏教の原則なんです。僕がそんなこと言いますと皆さんはね、先生変なこと言うな、私たちはお彼岸で今日のお話で至岸と彼岸2つの世界を語るんじゃないですか。あるいは江戸と浄土2つの世界を語るんじゃないですか。仏教にそういう2つの世界を語る言葉があるじゃないですかって僕に聞かれると思うんですよね。そうですね。ですからお浄土とか江戸とかね、そういう言葉は非常にキリスト教のね、この世とあの世とかね、神様の国と地上っていうのと非常に似てますけども、似てるけれどもだいぶ意味が違うわけですね。仏教の場合はね、江戸とかお浄土、彼岸と至岸というのは2つのものの見方のことを言ってるわけですね。一つの世界をどう見るかということ、間違った汚れた無知の無明の目で見るとこの世界は暗い汚れた世界に見えるわけですね。それを江戸と言ったりこちら岸至岸というふうに言うわけです。ところがその目が変わりましてですね、知恵の目をいただいてこの同じ一つの世界を見るとこの世界が光り輝いた明るい世界に見えるわけですね。だからその2つの世界を語っているように見えますけど、実は一つの世界の見方を語っているわけですね。ですから仏教というのは今ここにあるこの世界をどう見るかということですね。迷った無明の目で見るか、あるいは正しい知恵の目で見るか、これがその違いになるわけですね。しばらく前に白内障の手術をしたんですけど、白内障をする前はですね、僕は非常になんていうかね、世界が曇って見えるわけですね。ところが白内障の手術したその日から急に世界がですね明るくなってね、物事がきれいに見れるようになったわけですね。それと同じことですよね。世界が変わったわけじゃないです。僕の目が変わったわけですね。 もっと簡単な例えで今の英語でもお話ししたんですけど、2つの眼鏡があるわけですね。ですからこの黒い眼鏡、無明の眼鏡で見ると世界は黒く見えますね。黒く見えます。これがこちら岸です。あるいはこれが江戸ですね。ところがこれがこの目に変わると、これが清らかな明るい世界ですね。これがお浄土ですね。ですから世界が2つあるわけじゃない、ね、一つの世界を私たちがね、2つの見方ができるというわけですね。ですからこれが彼岸で、これが至岸で彼岸です。これが江戸で浄土でしょ。だからお浄土に生まれるってことは一瞬のことです。一瞬のことです。親鸞上人も一年って言いますよね。新人の一年ってことですね。一瞬、何も長い行をして行をしなければ悟りを得られないとか信心を得られないということで、お釈迦様も行は捨てたんです。6年の行はトータリー無意味として捨てた。親鸞上人も20年の行はトータリー無意味として捨てた後でですね、静かに聴聞し考えたらこの転換ですね。一瞬です。これが仏教です。そうでしょ。だから結局2つの世界を語るように思われるけれども、実は1つの世界をどう見るかということですね。無明の目で見るか知恵の目で見るかということになるわけですね。ですからただどうしたらこの2つのこの往生とかね、あるいは悟りということを体験できるかといったら、知恵の目をいただくことですね。僕もお医者さんによってこの目のこの鱗が落ちたといいますかね、それと同じようにお医者さん、私たちにとっては全知識ですね。全知識の教えを聞くことによってこの目の鱗が落ちるわけですね。知恵の源ですね。回避知恵源と言われる三世紀の言葉もありますね。回避知恵源、知恵の目を開いていただくわけですね。ですから三啓門で言いますけどね、この未根性において土世ずんば、この未根性において土世ずんば、さらにいずれの章においてかこの身を、この身のあるうちですね、今こうやって息しているうちにですね、私たちはこの大転換ですね、迷った目がですね、知恵の目に変えていただくという、こういう体験をしなければいけないわけですね。僕はそういうことで今日は簡単です、したたらずのお話ですけれども、仏教というのは一つの世界を語る、二つの世界を決して語らない、一つの世界、その一つの世界の二つの見方というものがあって、迷った見方から目覚めた知恵の目をいただくということですね。これが知恵を信心をいただくということです。新種で言いますとね、あるいはお浄土に生まれるということですね。そういうことで普段考えていることの一端をお話しさせていただきました。どうもご招待ありがとうございました。ナマンダルツナマン